Drop+Nuforce Move wireless IEMs. Let's go.
Alrighty, now that intro sucked, so I apologize for that audio in that last clip. But in case you guys didn't hear me, today we're going to be reviewing the Drop+Nuforce Move wireless in-ear monitors. That's a mouthful. Now, this is a collaboration between Drop, formerly known as Massdrop, and Nuforce. Now, I pre-ordered these back in May, and they were $90. That was, however, the pre-order price. And now that they've been released, they are retailing at $130. And unfortunately, they are out of stock, but will be available eventually in a group buy. Now, we have a pretty big box for such a small package. We've got some airbags and an order receipt, so very simple packaging when compared to other wireless earbuds. And just so you guys know, the previous earbuds that I had were the Jabra Elites, which I didn't like because they really were uncomfortable in my ears. But before that, I did have the Raycon X90s, which I liked, but they had several issues, and I eventually ran them through the washer, so they, stopped working, unfortunately. Now, when we open the box, we have a couple of things. We have, obviously, the cable and quite a few extra earbuds. And we also have the actual earbuds. Now, let's start off with the charging cable. That is, if I can manage to freaking open this. Okay, yeah, we got it. So, we actually have a USB-C charging cable, which I really like to see. So there's not much explaining there. Now, when it comes to the actual buds, this is the charging case in them, and it has a very strange feeling. It feels rough, but these look kind of nice. Now, each earbud does have a battery life of 6 hours. Unfortunately, the right earbud is the only one that you can listen by itself. You can't just use the left earbud just by itself. You can only do that with the right one, so that sucks. And another complaint that I have is how they're positioned inside the case.
So, when you take them out, this is the right ear, right? This is actually supposed to go into your ear this way, right? And vice versa. With this one, this goes into your ear like this. And then, so it's really weird when you plop it out to your ear. You want to put it in, it doesn't go in this way. You have to flip it around and then throw it in there, So it's a little weird, very strange. But, so when you do pop these out, right, it goes, flip it up.
So yeah, it's a minor inconvenience, but you do eventually get used to it, and I guess it's not really a big issue, but it's something you have to get used to. Now, this is how they look like in my ears. I don't really like how blocky they are, but the color scheme does fit most things, and they don't look too bad, but I do kind of look like a robot with these things in my ears. They stick out quite a bit. So this leads into another problem, in that the entirety of the earbud has a button on the side. Basically, this button controls everything. It is the pause, the play. They're both located on both earbuds, but because this takes the entirety of the bud, you always end up pressing it accidentally. So when I go to lie down, I always end up pressing that big button and pausing my music, and the earbud sticks out so much from my ear that I can't comfortably lie on the side of my head. So as someone who likes to sleep with their earbuds in, these aren't great for me because I can't sleep with them on. I can't listen to my music while I go to sleep, which is something that I just love to do. I know it's probably not healthy or anything, but it doesn't really pass my sleep check mark. You get what I'm trying to say. So if you want to listen to music while going to sleep, you have to sleep like a vampire in a coffin, basically, which is not the most comfortable position to sleep in. Now, these earbuds do come with an IPX5 waterproof rating, which means if you're sweating in them, they're not going to really affect the earbuds, which as long as you can find the right earbud to fit your ear, you can more than likely use these when running or exercising or jumping or up to no good. As long as you find the right earbud size for your ears, these aren't really going to fall out or anything like that. And I very rarely have to reposition them by pushing them back in. And again, it's very hard to do or annoying because if you want to push it in, then you have to push that big button. Now, these earbuds have been my daily drivers for my commute to work and back to home. Now, sound-wise, again, guys, I'm not a big audiophile. I barely know anything about treble and bass and all that stuff. These don't have noise cancellation. They are loud enough to cover the sound of, noises around you, yes. But the sound quality is very meh. It's not Sennheiser or Bose quality. And like many Bluetooth earbuds, they're plagued with the same issue of having that desync when watching YouTube videos. Now, they do boast that it's non-existent on these buds, but that is not true. There is desync on it. It's very minimal, but it is noticeable. Now, because I do use my phone to film all of my footage, I'm unable to really use my own phone to make a call to show you guys the mic quality. Fortunately enough, though, Drop did provide us with a soundbite with the mic from the earbuds, which I will not play.
Drop+Nuforce move mic testing. The quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dog. The quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dog.
So yeah, subpar mic quality, nothing really special. Gets the job done though. Now, most of the Bluetooth earbuds that I've had always lose connection. It's very instantaneous. They do eventually reconnect like in a second, but it's very annoying when you're just walking and your music just stops for a second and then reconnects. But something that these earbuds do wonderfully is they don't do that. They connect very well. I've never lost connection with them. I've used them at work, commuting to work, and they've never lost connection. They do have a range of 33 feet, and the battery life is just amazing. I've used them at work. Like I've said before, each earbud does have 6 hours of battery, but your case comes with 3 charges of that. So 6 times 3, that's 18 hours of additional battery time. Unfortunately, like I said, you can only use the right earbud by itself, which really sucks, man. Especially when I'm trying to hide the fact that I'm listening to music at work. So for $90, these earphones are great. Unfortunately, that is no longer the price that they're being sold at. They're being sold for $130, and that's when it gets a little harder to really recommend these at that price point. You have a lot of choices, so many alternatives, but I do think these are strong contenders if you want cheap quality wireless earbuds. Do keep in mind that at that price point, if there is a sale, you might be able to pick up some Jabra Elite 65Ts at around that same price. Unfortunately, as great as those Jabras are, I really dislike them just because how uncomfortable they were in my ear. It actually gave me pain. But they are really good. They have amazing technology, like you pull them out and they pause automatically. These earbuds don't have anything like that. Anywho, guys, that's going to be a wrap up for my review of the Drop+Nuforce wireless in-ear monitors. As always, guys, if there's any tips or questions, don't be afraid to let me know down in the comments down below. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, all that jazz. I love you, I miss you, and I wish I had $1 million in my bank account. Hey guys, what's going on? I'm Captain Ratchet. Today we're going to be reviewing the Hey guys.